Hello and welcome to HITC Sport, and today we're talking transfers, and I'm going to have a go at predicting the 11 most expensive transfers that will happen this summer. And just to be clear, we're not going to include deals that have already been agreed, like Alvaro Morata's move to Atletico Madrid. Despite the ongoing situation, the transfer window will eventually open, and there are a lot of big deals to be done in what will likely be one of the most intriguing transfer windows in a long time. So let's kick things off. Number 11, James Rodriguez to PSG, £47 million. This is one I've just plucked out of thin air, to be honest, but there's a bit of method to my madness, just hear me out. James Rodriguez's Real Madrid career has to end this summer. He's got to get a move away from the Bernabeu. It just hasn't worked out for him in Spain, despite arriving with the world at his feet in 2014. Not 2010 like I said a few weeks ago, it was a slip of the tongue, get off my back. But anyway, he's still going to cost a lot of money. Madrid aren't just going to give him away for nothing, and PSG do love a marquee arrival. James Rodriguez would certainly be just that, and he would likely be able to refine his form in a league he already has history in. Number 10, Timo Werner at Liverpool, £52 million. This seems like a deal that's just destined to happen. Timo Werner has been linked with a move to Liverpool for years, and I think this summer is finally the time we'll see the German move to Anfield. And considering he has a £52 million release clause, it could be the biggest bargain of the summer. He's truly proven this season at Leipzig that he can be an elite level forward, and he has all the credentials to fit into Jurgen Klopp's Liverpool. The Reds are an almost perfect team right now, but Timo Werner would be an excellent addition as Klopp looks to build a dynasty at Merseyside. Number 9, Jack Grealish to Manchester United, £65 million. We don't know where Aston Villa will be playing next season, but Jack Grealish has to be in the Premier League. The Villa Tasman has been one of the best players to watch in England over the past year, maturing as a footballer, well on the pitch at least, and proving that he truly is a Premier League calibre player. And not only that, but one who should be competing at the top of the division. Whether Aston Villa stay up or go down, Grealish is destined to leave, and Man United seems like the most likely destination. They're selling young players who can kick off a new era at Old Trafford, and Grealish completely fits the bill. The big question is how much will he cost, and I'll go with £65 million. Number 8, Ruben Diaz to Manchester City, £68 million. If Aymeric Laporte hadn't got injured at the start of the season, Man City would certainly be a lot closer to Liverpool. But alas he did, and it proved how reliant City are on the Frenchman, as John Stones and Otamendi just love a mistake. Fernandinho's done well, but City need another centre-back, and Benfica defender Ruben Diaz would certainly be a good option. He's long been linked with a move to Man City, and seems ready for a bigger challenge, with all due respect to Benfica of course. He's reportedly got a release clause of £87 million, but with the current situation and resulting financial climate, we're getting highbrow in HITC, City might be able to get him for a bit less, so I'll say around £68 million. Number 7, Kalidou Koulibaly to Newcastle, £70 million. It was only a matter of time before Newcastle were involved in this list, providing the takeover goes through of course, we're all going to look a bit stupid if it doesn't. But with the Magpies on the brink of being one of the richest clubs around, they're suddenly being linked with a higher calibre of player. One man who keeps being linked is Napoli defender Kalidou Koulibaly, who is recognised as one of the world's best in his position alongside Virgil van Dijk. Valued at around £70 million, he could prove to be the foundations of this exciting new era at St James's Park. I've said era a lot, haven't I? Number 6, Leroy Sane at Bayern Munich, £72 million. Unless you're a right back, I don't think anyone wants to see Leroy Sane leave Manchester City. However, it feels inevitable. Bayern have been relentless in their pursuit of the winger, and even at his age he's done all he can at City. He's won it all in England. The only thing he hasn't won is the Champions League, and he's going to have just as good a chance at Bayern Munich, where he could become the Bundesliga poster boy with his skill and brilliance. The big issue seems to be the price, but I'm going to say £72 million will be enough for Sane to leave Man City and head to the Allianz. Number 5, Paul Pogba to Juventus, £78 million. Leroy Sane's Premier League exit feels inevitable, and the same can be said for Paul Pogba, which is a damn shame to be honest. The player and the club have been pulling in opposite directions for a long time, and it makes sense for both parties to call it quits and move on. So where could Pogba go? Well, the only place I can say is back to Juventus, where he played his best football. The fee's going to be an issue, as Man United aren't going to want to make a loss on him, but they really need to get rid of him and move on. Plus with the way the transfer market's going to be, surely they won't get the £100 million figure they desire. We're going to predict Juve will pay £78 million for Pogba, and maybe send a player in the opposite direction to sweeten the deal. Number 4, Lautaro Martinez to Barcelona, £80 million. Barcelona have cocked up a lot on transfers in the past few years, they've wasted so much money, but surely this is a deal they can't get wrong. The Argentinian has been excellent in Serie A for Inter Milan, but he seems destined for bigger things, with Barcelona identifying him as the man they want to bring to the new camp, and we're going to say he'll cost around £80 million. It's a lot of money, but he'll definitely be worth it if he can bring Barcelona back to life. But then again, they said the same about the Ousmane Dembele, Antoine Griezmann and Philippe Coutinho deals. Number 3, Philippe Coutinho at Newcastle, £86 million. Speaking of Little Phil, he's a lad Barcelona will probably try and sell this summer, as they look to raise funds to bring in someone like Martinez. And to be honest, Newcastle sounds like the most likely destination. Or maybe it's just paper talk, but either way, there's a lot of chat about Coutinho moving to St James's Park and becoming the first megastar rival of the new Saudi-led era in the northeast. I mean, he'd be a great fit. He's a megastar footballer, proven to be an elite Premier League player in the past, and he's got a point to prove. £86 million would make him the most expensive signing in Newcastle's history, and what I'm predicting to be the third biggest transfer this summer. Christ, what's the world come to? A few months ago I was arguing that Andy Carroll should get a new contract at Newcastle, now he'll be looking to work in the club shop. Number 2, Jadon Sancho to Chelsea, £110 million. Is it finally time for Jadon Sancho to come home? I really hope so. The youngster's made his name in Germany after taking a chance on his career and leaving Man City, and it's paid off more than I likely imagined. But it seems like his time in Dortmund might be coming to an end, with the Premier League vultures circling around him. Man United have been linked, Liverpool have been linked, Newcastle, they haven't been linked yet, but the club I think he'll join is Chelsea. Liverpool will likely look for someone cheaper like Timo Werner, while Man United possibly won't have the lure of Champions League football. Combine that with Sancho's reported desire to return to London, and Chelsea seems like the only destination. I mean, he's hardly going to sign for Arsenal or Spurs, is he? £110 million is the price I'm predicting, making him the most expensive Englishman ever. And number 1, Mo Salah to Real Madrid, £130 million. The final transfer of this video and the most expensive, obviously because it's an order of price, could Mo Salah really leave Liverpool this summer? Maybe it is the right time for the Reds to cash in on their Egyptian king, get massive money for him, £130 million perhaps, and reinvest it back into the squad and continue the success for years to come. I mean, selling Coutinho worked out pretty well, didn't it? Doing the same with Salah could work as well. And as good as Liverpool are, he's not going to turn down Real Madrid. They're going to want another marquee player, as you could argue they still haven't replaced Ronaldo, and Mo Salah could be exactly that. So there we go, I've predicted the 11 most expensive transfers this coming summer. Let us know what you think in the comments below. As always, don't forget to like, share and subscribe to HITC Sport, and until next time, I'll see you around.